Aloha and welcome to Exploring Aerial Yoga. My name is Patrick Faris and I am coming to you from my home studio in Kurtistown, Hawaii, welcoming you to Exploring Heron Pose today. This is one of my favorite poses because it's so versatile. Krounchasana or Parivrita Krounchasana if we twist it, and we're going to be doing that today as well. So like any pose, there's multiple variations, no right or wrong, so long as you approach this from a safe point of view, and your breath is coming along with you and it feels good. Yoga, of course, is yoking your breath and your body together, the prana and the asana. So if it feels good, if you're listening to your breath, you're probably doing it right. Safety, of course, is always important. So with this being aerial, please make sure you are working within your capacity. If you need a spot or if you need a crash pad, please do listen to your own intuition. This is going to be an inversion as well. So with most inversions, if you do feel a little lightheaded when you come back up, just make sure you take head to heart for just a moment. Ragdoll here. Breathe. Just check in with yourself. Make sure you're always checking in with any primary care provider if you have any medical concerns. So let's go ahead and start just with setup. We're going to put on our fabric like a backpack. And we want to make sure that as we push that fabric down, that it can reach our hips. Here, our thumbs are on the inside of the fabric, and they're pushing to the outside of our hips. If our thumbs go behind us, what tends to happen with any inversion as we lean back is our thumbs get locked, and that's uncomfortable, as well as then you're struggling to get your thumbs out. So please make sure that your hands are to the side here. Also, as we start to go back here, one thing that tends to happen is a lot of people slide their hands up before their feet are even off the ground. And if you do so, you get into those kind of adductor, those love handly areas, and you're a little uncomfortable. You can always tick-tock the hips here, just keeping the feet on the other side of the fabric and keeping a good grip here. But the most appropriate way I feel for entering these inversions are keep those thumbs on the inside of the fabric, outside of your hips. As we push down, Jalandhara, our throat space, that nice throat lock that we use here, we can use that to adjust the weight as we go into a little back bend. We feel the fabric below our hips here. And as we lift up, we might be swinging. So maybe those baby touches with the toes just to keep nice centered form. Once you're there and your feet are off the ground, then you can lift up. With any inversion, keeping the feet wide. This is very important because if you happen to fall back, of course, your legs are going to protect you. Those thighs are going to hit those poles of the fabric here. But we're going to hold on just with a nice grip up here. And with one leg, we're going to keep it long as a counterweight. I'm going to use my left leg here as that counterweight. And I'm going to plantar flex it, just pushing it as long as it'll go. You can start to feel the balance already. The opposite leg is going to come through the center of the fabric around, and the calf is going to find that nice fabric or pole. The ankle is going to lock, and we're going to plantar flex that foot up just in line with that fabric going up. Here we can swim the arms up. If you feel that one big grab just isn't enough, but we're going to eventually take the same arm as our raised leg, and the hasta and the pada, the hands and the feet, are going to be the same height as we open up to the side, creating this beautiful star effect. The foot that is in the fabric is going to be pushing through that arch of the foot, so it may be somewhere between plantar and dorsal flex. That free arm and the free leg can just reach out, maybe a nice stretch here. Try not to make this too much of a back bend. You want to be between two panes of glass here, just sandwiched flat. Breathing here, nice and open. Maybe on an in-breath, you're going to reach that opposite arm up to meet hand to hand. And again, foot and hand are going to be about the same height, but we're now revolved. You can adjust that fabric if you feel it moving at all in the hips. And as we start to twist here, we're not going to collapse in. Head is going to go long behind us. Tailbone is shooting out below us. Shoulders are open. and we start to twist open. So you can start to feel how this almost revolved Hasthapada is really affecting here into what could become heroin now. So you can reach back to that flying foot. You can open the form here, or if you want to go deeper into that Hasthapada lock, you can actually reach up to the opposite pole from the outside. And here, you have an even deeper twist. Again, you can grab that foot. You can open up going long. And lastly, my favorite version of this, it's a little micro twist, but it's a beautiful extension. We're going to drop that leg that's in the fabric to the outside. So there's a nice little wrap around the hip here. We're pushing through both feet long. We're going to come back to that fabric and gently slide down. Keep that flying leg long. If it lifts up, you're going to fall through. So keep that leg long. And as you come down, you find this beautiful form here. Hands can come behind you. They can clasp, maybe take a mudra. Breathing here, finding your beautiful form wherever it is. Let gravity do its job. Let your breath come and hold your hand, exploring this space. Now I could stay here for a little bit longer, but we're going to come up just for time's sake. Same hand as that extended flying leg is going to find the fabric, keeping that elbow in as we pull the body up. Nice deep breaths, pulling the body up. You can now switch sides just by grabbing both poles, switching the legs, and everything we did from that calf pushing in, from that active ankle, from that aligned foot, opening up, of course, to the same side, for that beautiful flat star form pushing through that arch of the foot. Nice long spine here. Breathe, maybe swim that arm back up and revolve. If you need to adjust at all any of that fabric that's down by the hip, please do so. And again, if you want to go deeper here, you can grab that opposite pole, arm wrapping around, beautiful lock here. You can always grab your foot from behind you, opening up here, wherever that feels good. And lastly, my favorite, keeping that other leg long, dropping that thigh into the fabric. Both feet are pushing away. Beautiful, open chest here. Nice long spine, reaching from crown of the head through the toes. And very gently finding that same hand with that extended flying leg, crawling back up. And because we were in a bit of an inversion, as we come back, again, if you want to challenge yourself, no hands coming up, you can. Otherwise, we will ragdoll here. Just nice, soft Uttanasana, raised in Ardha. Breathe. 2, maybe 1 breath, coming back up. Thank you for joining today in this exploration of aerial yoga with our Heron Pose. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. Aloha.